and remove these to 10 sleeve screws. We're going to pry this off after the screws are removed. There are 3 studs on the skid plate. We can take a look after the studs are pried off. The 3 studs come down as soon as they are drawn up. Okay, at this point we're going to unplug it. Okay, after unplugging, let's remove this cover. Pull the cover up from this position. Both hands pull up. There's a buckle in this place. Also here. The same. Pull it up over there too. Okay, pick it up and take it off. After removing it, there is a pin here. We're going to take it off. After removing, our front box can be lifted down. After removing the front cover, we're going to take this air conditioner out of trend. There is a screw like this on both sides. Here's one. There's one over there. After the 2 screws are removed, this filter element, we can take off the filter box. Before removing the struts, we need to remove this little buckle first. Find a small mouth and pry it. It gets up. When it gets better, we will remove the struts. So let's talk about that. Disassembly method of left and right struts. First of all, going to prepare a small 1-word screwdriver. And we're going to see this part of the ball head. There is a seam in this part. We stick a screwdriver in. After plugging it in, we push the pole in this direction by hand. Okay, it's pushed down. Okay, what about after it's disassembled? There is a 13 below. 13 screws. We need to prepare a 13 wrench for this. Here we've taken it apart. After dismantling, we will take it down and show it to you. Ah, there is a 13 wrench. You need to prepare a 13 wrench. Okay, so we're going down the pole. Let's take a look at the above structure again. After opening it back, this ball head can be easily taken off. And this is how it works. After dismantling, now let's install the brackets. Let's take a look at the installation direction of our bracket. It lies flat inside. Lie flat inside. Then take our spline screws and fix the screws. Note that it is divided into left and right L and R. L, the main driver. R is the co-pilot. This is what we have already installed. We need to take a look when installing the pole. First of all, the hole above is in this position. What about below? You have to be on the opposite side of it. Turn in one direction. This is the right pole. If not, we're going to break it with our hands. Break to an opposite side to load up. Break to the opposite side? Otherwise, it will be difficult to break it well after entering. Let's pretend it this time. When installing, we plug the lower rod in first. Find your way. After finding the hole, we'll press it in. Okay, after pressing it in, we will press it again. Okay, the front cover is a little lower. Okay, so the poles are loaded. Let's talk about how to install the lock machine. First of all, we need to remove these to 10 screws. We need to remove the lock first. We've let go here. Okay, after the lock machine is removed, at this time, we have to open the spring for it. Let's find a screwdriver. Pin it on. In fact, you can also put your hand away. Take it off first. Okay, take it down. This time, covered our agency with it. Pay attention. Take a look at this angle. Overlay together. We need to take the spring off first. After taking it, put our pull ring on. Install the spring after the pull ring is installed. Okay, at this point we're going to hook the spring back. Okay, hook it back. Our locks are finished. It's finished, and then we can put it back on. At this time, let's not tighten the screws first. After this front cover motor is installed, we need to fix the motor. Is there a 10 screw in this position? We're going to take it apart. After dismantling, install our front cover motor on it. Pull the wire and we'll go along like this. We'll take a cable tie to fix the cable later. This emergency cable we're going to talk about. Go this place. The bumper has a cover here. Okay, we're going to talk about this emergency cable. This place has a lid. We're going hard. This place is pressed down. He will come out after being pressed down. After coming out, we're sending our emergency cords through this hole. Send it over. We'll get him a cable tie later to fix it. Remember, under no special circumstances, this pull wire cannot be pulled. Can't pull. The front part is finished. We started routing. Take out our whole big harness. This is our pole. Short in the co-pilot. Plug in the co-pilot. Let's talk about the plug first. There is also a longer one that is the main driver. Don't insert the wrong one. This one has buckles on it. We have to match the good plug. Okay, and then this is the positive electrode of the power supply. Positive pole, we need to walk to this place. We'll pick it up last, before everything is packed. Pick up last, then the negative electrode. What about the negative electrode? We'll walk it up to this one. Good blacksmith. After typing here, there is a plug for this below. This is our motor plug. Is the motor plug tighter? Because it's waterproof. Are we going to plug it hard to the end? Can't pull it out after plugging it into the end. Okay, is there a signal plug from the original car in this place? Transfer it. It's a buckle like this. Gently with your hands. Just pinch it and pull it out. Plug it in tightly. Then this plug. It's plugged into one of our sensors. This sensor signal from the original car is plugged back into him. What about after it's installed? We have to make sure our screws are the same as the original car. In the same location after the cable is plugged in. Can we test it? The host at this time, we're going to talk about the mainframe. The host should also be plugged in. There's a little buckle inside. Be sure to plug it in. What about after plugging it in? We attach our positive electrode to this screw. We have one of these screws inside. We'll tighten it later. Let's plug it in and test it first. When it was just installed, we need to test manually. When opening the cover, we manually close the front hood. Okay, at this point we'll open the front hood again. Okay, we're going to close the hood before the screen closes. At this time, our installation has been basically completed. Then we need to make some fine-tuning. The speed limit goes with the speed limit of the original car. Let's go together. All these wiring harnesses need to be fixed. We won't go into detail here. Okay, it's important that we talk about this lock. If you find that your front hood isn't even, there are 2 screws here. What about after we loosen it? You can fine-tune the lock up and down, except this place can be fine-tuned. Where else is this place? This place can also be fine-tuned. If my hood sinks too deep, I can turn it around a little bit. If my hood comes out too much, I can twist it in a little bit. So that's how you fine-tune it. Okay, so that's it. Remember to put the screws at the end. Check all the screws again. Fix the speed limit again. Follow the speed limit of the original car.